All right, we are recording. You should be able to share your screen, Derek.
Okay, let's see.
Tony, which one are we going to address first?
We can do 96 Beachview for us.
96 Beachview. That's a current two-family, right?
That is correct.
So it's an existing two-family.
Yes, it is.
All righty.
And it will remain a two-family.
I'm sorry?
I said, and it will remain a two-family.
Yeah.
And what are they going to do? They're going to expand into the attic?
Yes.
And that's going to be part of the upper floor?
Upper unit, that's correct.
So it's not still going to remain a two-family. It's not, the attic's not going to be rented out separately or something like that, right?
That is correct. It's going to remain a two-family.
Is that going to be bedrooms?
Up top, yes.
And so there'll be no kitchen?
There'll be a kitchen in the unit, yes. Second?
In the attic?
On the third floor?
Not in the attic, no, there'll be no kitchen up there. It's a bedroom.
Just two bedrooms?
The second unit will have a total of 3 bedrooms.
And how many of those units, or how many of those bedrooms are going to be in the attic? All of them?
Just one.
One bedroom in the attic. And what's the square footage of that?
That unit is 2,200 square feet.
1,200 square feet for one bedroom?
No, it's a 3-bedroom unit. Unit 2 is a 3-bedroom unit.
Right, but we're talking about the attic.
It's the same unit. It's only one unit up there.
Why am I confused?
I don't
know, Gail.
The third floor, for the third floor will be
first floor, and there's a finished room in the attic, and there's a unit on the second floor. I don't understand why that's hard for anybody to understand.
Well, I want to know what's going on the third floor, simply.
Just bedrooms for the second unit.
Is it one bedroom, 2 bedrooms?
The unit is a 3-bedroom unit.
The second unit is a 3-bedroom unit.
Yes.
Correct?
Correct.
But there's two bedrooms on the second floor and one on the third floor, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
So how many square feet is the third bedroom?
The bedroom itself?
Yes.
Oh, let me see. Let me just ask really quick. I know the architect, Devin, is supposed to be on. Devin, are you on yet?
I don't believe I saw a Devin join.
I am here. I'm just under Mark Sullivan. We're having some technical difficulty in the office. I'm sorry.
Okay. So, Devin, how big is that bedroom on the third floor?
The floor plans should have the dimensions on there.
Okay, hold on.
I mean, is it fair to say that it's roughly 200 square feet? Closet? I mean, that's a pretty.
Here it is here. It's shown on the screen. That's being shared to the right. And that's the proposed third floor plan.
Yeah, it's fair to say that it's fairly large, but it is slanted a bit at the front with the closets because of the roof at the front.
It's shown here.
Yeah, is that 12.4 by 14.7? Having a little bit of a hard time reading it. Yeah, that.
Yep.
That's a normal size bedroom. The exact same size as my bedroom in my apartment.
Very nice.
Well, this is an attic.
Closets.
Your apartment, Derek.
No,
Yes.
Just keep it civil. Yeah, okay. All right. We just wanted to make sure what the third bedroom was going to be.
Yep.
And no kitchen.
And again, it is an existing 2-family and it will remain a 2-family.
Right. Okay.
I have a question on the parking eliminated part of the refusal letter.
Okay.
Is that because of the other building that's being proposed?
96 Beachview currently has 2 parking spaces in the rear, and we will continue to have 2 parking spaces for that in the rear.
Oh.
So why does it say parking eliminated? Because you can't provide the 1.5 parking spaces per unit, right?
We're providing 2.
You're right, I know that. There are 2 existing, correct?
Right.
But I think where the ISD letter is saying parking eliminated, that's what we're trying to understand.
And we think that was cited erroneously, and I have to go back. I have to talk to Frank D'Amato about that, because we're not eliminating any parking. We're keeping the 2 existing parking spaces that are there currently.
And you're not building out in the back or anything. Those 2 parking spaces that are staying as they are, correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
It's currently a long driveway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the variances are a little confusing, like the insufficient side yard setback and insufficient rear yard setback don't seem like they would apply if you're just renovating.
Exactly.
It sounds like an interior renovation, unless
and I can answer that. They're all pre-existing non-conforming violations, meaning they already exist.
Oh.
Because we have to go to the board for something else, particularly the FHI, all of those violations are triggered. They're all pre-existing non-conforming.
So the insufficient lot width 50 feet, insufficient lot frontage 50 feet, those are all applying to this project here?
I think you're looking at a different refusal letter. Are you looking at the refusal letter for?
Well, I'm assuming it was either.
The one that specifies the feet is 100-102.
That's a separate project.
Okay. I didn't see the refusal letter on the 96. How many variances is that?
I can pull that up.
It's 96 has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah.
Yeah, that's including the parking one, but that doesn't make any sense.
Again,
exactly.
I think the parking one was cited erroneously. And most of the violations are, as I said, pre-existing non-conforming. And we can go through them.
This is Jay Whitehill. Can you hear me? Derek?
Yep, I can hear you.
All right. I want to go back to the parking thing, because when about this building, in 2 apartments, you have 5 bedrooms, correct? 2 on the first and 3 on the second?
That's correct.
Okay, that's 5 cars possibly, and you only have room for 2. So how is it that is okay?
Each unit.
Granted, the new one you're putting in parking
per unit, not per bedroom. Again,
but I'm
just
saying, as us as neighbors,
1 parking space per unit, not 1 parking space per bedroom.
New building has 2 each.
We'll get to the new building in a second. This is their separate project.
Yeah, but I'm just saying 5 bedrooms is potentially 5. As far as parking in my area.
If you want to use that analogy, that's fine, but I don't necessarily equate bedrooms with cars.
A husband and wife in 1 bedroom will be 2 cars. A child in another bedroom could be another car. Somebody who sublets or rents out a room, that could be another car. I understand what you're saying, but we're talking reality.
I understand what you're saying too. I do.
Are we talking reality? I'm being
absolutely.
And this might be an out of left field opinion for somebody that's concerned about overdevelopment in the community, but that's a little bit preposterous.
Who is that gentleman speaking? Because nobody announced themselves.
My family's been in this community for 100 years. Who are you?
I'm Jay Whitehill. I'm on 24 Drumlin, and I've been here for 10 years.
Well, welcome to East Boston. The idea that we're having.
Thank you. And I have a very small street next.
Well,
I don't like your tone, so I don't want to talk.
That's fine. That's
fine.
fine.
I don't want to get into
kiss my ass and take all day doing it.
Oh, I like that.
Wow, that is
obscenities.
Rude.
Tony.
Yeah. We
right,
cannot have obscenities.
All right, Tony. So here we go. Ready?
I'm done. Good night.
Oh, Mike. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I have a question from Lorraine.
Derek, this is Lorraine Orlando.
Lorraine Orlando, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Not bad. I emailed you. Did you get my email?
Yes, I did.
Okay, good.
Okay, my concern is they're gonna drive all the way up the driveway, okay?
Yep.
If there's 5 cars, they're gonna drive all the way up the driveway into the yard because it's been done before, okay? And you know, I showed you where my table is, right behind the yard. On both houses, I have 2 yards abutting this, okay? I'm not gonna sit in my yard and inhale all the fumes from these cars. Seeing that we're on the topic of the cars.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Understood. As I said, we have 2 parking spaces in the rear where the parking spaces currently exist for 96 Beachview.
Okay. See,
and just to give an overview, Tony.
Derek, they removed the carport that was there. Why did they remove the carport? So they could get into the backyard with their cars.
That's correct.
Interesting.
So again, 96 Beachview is a current 2-family. It's an existing 2-family with 2 parking spaces in the rear. All we're seeking to do at 96 Beachview is to do a gut renovation of the existing 2-family and extend the living space into the attic area. It's going to remain a 2-family.
Okay, now I understand that you guys are talking about putting decks out there on the second floor, on the second and first floor.
I will show you the plan. Devin, do you want to go through the plan?
Sure.
I'll start here with the site plan and we'll go through.
Okay, so the footprint of 96 Beachview is staying the same. All the exterior entryways staying the same, the driveway in the back staying the same, and parking staying the same. So footprint-wise, 96 Beachview is not changing.
And there's no decks going up?
No decks going up. Only on the 3rd floor on the front.
In the front.
But that's just...
We'll get there.
Okay. If you want to just go to the proposed plans. These are the existing exterior conditions. These are the proposed plans. So the first floor is unit 1. It's 2 bedrooms and a office with a open living kitchen plan and 2 bathrooms, one of the bathrooms being a part of the bedroom suite. In the basement, unit 1 has a storage and mechanical area across from unit 2 storage and mechanical area. We are not digging down. We are not putting living area in the basement. It's just going to be storage. Okay. And unit 2 takes place on the 2nd floor and the 3rd floor. Right now, the 3rd floor, you can barely walk up there. So the addition part of the project is taking part mainly on the 3rd floor. Unit 2 has 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1 bath, again, being a part of an ensuite and an open kitchen living area. On the 3rd floor, where there is an office in the bedroom suite, there's also a sitting room, which will have great views out the front of the building to the city line and the water view. And then there will be a deck that you can walk out to from the sitting room that will just be the footprint of the floor below. So
isn't that wonderful that they're gonna have a deck to view the ocean? But now when they put the second house on the lot, you're taking all our views of the ocean away. Where does that that's not rational.
Okay,
that's not
so
fair.
That's the second one. We'll get to that one. Let's just get through 96 first. They're separate projects.
So if you want to move down to the,
yeah.
So that's what the front of the building will look like. The turret is staying. We're keeping that where the sitting room is. So we'll just update those windows and make it nice and bright up there.
With that one, Devin?
Yep. And then that's the side that will be next to the Drummond project.
That's the second house. No.
And that is the other side.
And that's the side view from Domenico's house.
Yep.
And that's the first project.
And that's the project at 96. That's how it will look in the front, over here on the left, with the deck added to the third floor with the walkout from that extension of the living space into the attic area. Again, it's currently a two-family.
Derek, why
yes?
didn't he pull a permit to do this from the beginning? Why did he only pull a permit asking for minor repairs?
Yeah, I think the owner or the contractor exceeded the permit a little bit originally, and I think they got to stop work on it.
Yeah. Because he had all intentions. He had all intentions of doing what he's doing now. Listen, Derek, I told you this before. This is a family community, okay?
Absolutely.
All right. This is another abutter that just spoke up, okay?
And I've been here 69 years soon.
Okay.
Okay. Now, I've been up here for 58 years. I own 2 homes right behind this property, okay? 45 and 43 Seaview Ave, okay? And we don't want this to be a business run situation here, because this is what he wants to do. He wants to make money, and all good, all well and good to him, okay? But we only have 1 and 2 families up here. We don't want this lot to become a 4 or 5 family lot. Yeah. Okay.
Again, Lorraine, they're separate projects. This is 96. 96 is the gut renovation of the existing 2.
Right, but where is the yard? Where is the land for each one of these homes? Where is the land for 96? The 96 is not going to have any land around it.
It's right there as I'm showing you on my screen. That is the lot. They're 2 separate lots.
Okay, how many feet between each homes? Between 102 and 96? On this
side, on the left side, if you're facing, there is 10 feet 5 inches.
Right, and how about on the other side?
And on the other side, there's approximately 2 feet.
So how can you build a house 2 feet away from another house? Listen, I own a home on Montmorency Ave, and in order for me to do anything on my home, I have to leave 10 feet on each side for my neighbors, between my neighbors. And so how is he going to get away with building a house and leaving 2 feet? What is he going to shake hands? What is he going to shake hands with the 2 people in the 2 houses? What are they going to shake hands? Out the windows?
Right now, there's 2 separate lots, and when he said 2 feet, he only meant that 96 Beachview currently is 2 feet off of the lot line. But the proposed house that's going up next to it is an extra 5 feet off of that lot line.
Right.
So it's
okay, that's only 7 feet. And what's the variance?
Yep. The requirement is 10 feet.
Okay, so how is he going to put this house if there's only 7 feet?
But that's why we go to the Board of Appeals, Lorraine, to seek a variance to go from the requirement to what we're proposing.
Yeah, well, you know, I'm going to be.
That's why we seek the variance.
Be involved in this, honey.
We all are.
So again, the two separate projects. So like I said, we'll get to 100, but the project at 96 Beachview is the renovation of the existing two families, gut rehab, and
there has to be more than 2 feet, Derek. On
there
96.
is. There's 7. It was just explained that it's 2 feet to the lot line, then another 5 feet.
I'm talking about from 96 to the lot line of 102. There's only 2 feet, you're saying.
To the lot line. But then there's a 5-foot buffer on the side as well. So there's a total of 7 feet between the properties.
They're going to be in your house.
Yeah.
They're going to be in your backyard.
Currently,
7 feet, believe it or not, is a long way for
a lot
of space.
No, it's not.
But you know, you have your opinion, and you know, obviously, we have ours, and that's for the board to decide. That's all.
Yeah, but we live here.
I understand that.
Currently,
I understand you live in the neighborhood. That's why we have these meetings.
Derek, I think it needs to be explained a little bit better.
So now what happens between
the side setback at 96 Beach?
What happens
Can
when I'm in my yard?
Can we speak, Tony, please?
You're not proposing that.
Go ahead, Devin.
All right, when I'm in my yard, what am I going to be looking through? An alleyway between the two houses? A 7-foot alleyway? Come on, Derek.
That's the space. That's the yard space between the two properties. Devin, will you go ahead and explain it, please?
So Beachview, 96 Beachview, the current footprint of the house is only 2 feet off the lot line. We are not proposing that setback. It's existing.
Okay.
So the new one we're proposing is 5 feet. I understand you think that's too close, but I just wanted to clear up that we aren't setting that side setback at 2 feet. It's already there.
Yeah.
But this is should be 10.
But it should be 10, not 7.
Yeah, but when this house was built, however many years ago, they built it at only 2 feet off the lot line. We can't change that.
It was never, Devin, it was never separate lots.
Well, according to the city of Boston, it is.
When did it become separate?
I couldn't tell you that. That's
well,
not...
we need to know.
I think it's always been that way, Lorraine.
No, it hasn't.
Yeah. The city of Boston says it has. Unless you have something that shows us different. I mean, we go by what the city of Boston says and their records. And that's what their records show.
No, this has always been for 58 years. What?
Jimmy should survey his land. Jimmy might own some of that.
So that's the project at 96 Beach. Just so that folks do know, we had 2 abutters meetings for this project at 96 Beachview. One virtually and the other just recently out there in person. And we met a lot of the neighbors. I think generally people were okay with the renovation of this one, the renovation at 96, because it's in such a state of disrepair. The gut rehab.
It wasn't in a state of disrepair until these new people took over.
That's right.
That house was very well kept. Okay. They came in and they pulled chimneys out, they pulled windows out, they pulled shingles off the house and left it like that I'm sitting in my backyard watching a raccoon crawl through the opening of the wall, the outside wall into the house. Squirrels going inside the house.
And that's why we're trying to rehab the building.
Yeah, thanks. All right, on 96, listen, I need to know, Derek, can you give me the square footage of the 96 lot?
Yeah. It is, Devin, what's the lot? I think the lot size is 4,500 square feet.
4,500 square feet. And what about on 102?
5,000.
102 is 4,978 square feet.
What is it?
What? Say that again?
4,978 square feet.
That's on 102.
That's correct.
And on 96, it's 4,500?
That's correct.
So you're telling me the lot size on 102 is bigger than the lot size that the house is sitting on?
Yes.
That's very hard to believe. Okay. Well, we need to investigate that because that's hard to believe.
Yeah, let's survey it.
Well, look at that.
That a landscape plan is taken from a certified plot plan that was surveyed.
Yep.
Okay, so there's 9,000 square feet.
Well,
9,000.
separate lots.
Yeah, altogether. So if you take 10 feet on each side, that's 10, 20,
I don't understand what you're doing.
30 feet, right? Take 30 feet, 10, 20, 30.
Stop.
So that's where we are with the proposed project at 96. Again, many of the zoning violations are pre-existing non-conforming. And it's, again, the gut rehab.
I'm not too happy about having to sit in my yard and they're taking all the sun away from my house, my two houses.
Yeah, they're ruining your houses.
Yeah. I mean, come on, they're taking the view away from us. They're taking
Lorraine, the project in front of you is not changing. It's not being altered in the rear from what exists there now.
Yes, it is, Derek.
Yes, it is.
How?
Yes, Derek, you're putting another house side by side with 96.
We're not talking about that house yet. Two separate projects.
All right.
Okay, well, I have no qualms about 96.
Yeah, that's
okay?
no problem.
And I think that's been the consensus at the first two abutters meetings.
As long as
I think people are okay with the rehab of the current structure.
Derek, as long as I don't see a kitchen going up on the third floor, because that would mean that would be 3 families. Okay.
No kitchen on the third floor.
Okay. And as long as I only see a 2-car driveway as it remains.
And it's going to remain that.
Okay.
Yeah, but then
again, like I said, they're 2 separate projects. I think most people at both of the abutters meetings were okay with this one. Since
yeah, and I told you I was okay with it too.
I know.
Okay?
I know. And like I said, there's 2 separate projects. So that's why we're going through this one first. And then after this, we're going to go through the proposed project at 100.
My bitch is the 101, 102. 102.
Let him get to that.
Okay.
I know that. We're going to get to that one in a second.
Alrighty.
Do we want to
We're
move
gonna
on
get
to 100-102 since most of the qualms have been with that proposal?
Probably the good idea.
Tony, are we good with 96?
I think so. I haven't heard any new questions. It's mostly been feedback around the new building.
Yeah, and again,
The problem is the new building.
this one is existing.
No, now you're saying no decks are going in the back of this house, right?
That's correct.
Okay.
The only deck again is off the front of the property, here in the front.
Okay.
So Derek?
Yes, I'm here.
So that next to the top of the turret there, you know, that turret on the top with the new windows and whatnot, yep. That railing across, that's existing, that's there now?
No, that deck is not there. We're proposing that deck.
Oh, you're proposing that, okay. I thought you said the deck is going to be existing. So that's a new addition.
That is a new addition.
That's probably
off the front.
Oh, okay. So that leads to the excessive FAR. Okay, gotcha. Thank you.
No, I think Lorraine was concerned that there were going to be rear decks off the back.
Oh,
They're
gotcha.
not going to be
I
any rear decks.
They'll be watching me and my husband in my bedroom.
Yeah, I understand.
No
Okay.
decks off the rear, Lorraine.
Okay, so now the deck is going outside the rotunda.
Let me see. I'll put there. It is.
It's right next to it.
Yep.
So
Right next to the door.
okay, so there'll be a sliding glass door on the rotunda. On the circular part of the that was a widow's peak up there.
Yep, right there.
That's what it looks like. Yeah.
Yeah. I know. I've been up here for 60 years. I played in this house with the girls.
That's right, we did.
No, and nobody's disputing that. That's not a dispute.
I've been in and out of that house from the basement all the way up.
All right, so that's 96.
Poor Mr. Crystal is turning in his grave.
I don't know.
Should we do the other?
We ready to move on?
Yep.
Okay. So now we'll pull up. Let's see. Yes. 100-102. Again, my name. It's a separate project. Again, my name is Derek Small. I'm the attorney for the project. With me today is Devin.
Derek.
Yes.
100 and 102. Why is there two numbers?
Because it is, well, I can get to that, but.
And where is it facing? Is it facing Beachview?
It's facing Beachview Street.
Beachview Road.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So again, I'm Derek. I'm the attorney for the project, and Devin is here from Chu and Company, who are the architects. And so what we're seeking here is to erect a new 2-family dwelling on the vacant lot. Zoning sub-district is a 1F5000, and we have approximately 4,978 square feet.
But you don't have enough.
And I'll let, here again is the site plan. And I'll let Devin go through the site plan and the plans, and then we'll come back and we'll take questions and we'll go over everything. Devin?
Okay, this is the same site plan that we looked at before. The entry to the parking for Beachview is 102 and 100 is the same entry for 96 Beachview, except that they will have 2 spots per townhome or per family in a garage in the house. So there's no exposed parking. We're proposing in.
Wait, let her finish.
Two of the parking spaces are inside.
Yep.
And they're coming in from where? From Drumlin?
The same.
There's no new curb cuts. We're not taking any parking away from the street. The curb cut is staying. We're utilizing
so now
that.
what if there's 2 cars parked on 96? How does 100 and 102 get into their garage?
Can we let us go through the presentation first, Lorraine, and then we can open it up for questions?
96 parkings is behind that building. They should not be parking in front of Beachview. Because
so they're parking behind the house. See, that's not what he said.
Parking behind 96.
They're parking in the existing driveway.
In the existing driveway. But now it sounds like they're parking in the backyard where the fireplace is.
That's the existing driveway.
What? Where the fireplace is?
Can we go through the presentation first and then we'll open it up to all your questions?
No, I need to know this now.
Well, we're going to answer that after we get through the presentation. That's all I'm saying. Let's get through the presentation. We'll take all the questions. Well, I'll stay here all night, Lorraine. You know that.
I'll stay here all night. I stayed
there with hours with you afterwards last time. I don't have a problem with that.
Continue on.
Devin, continue, please.
So the entry to the driveway is the same as Beachview, the curb cut staying the same and not moving or being relocated.
That's okay.
We're adding entry from Beachview Road, but only from the sidewalk. We're putting a staircase up from that sidewalk, the same as it is at 96 Beachview, so that it can be accessed from Beachview Road as well.
Okay.
And these are the floor plans. So on the first floor where you enter from Drumlin, you have the 2 parking spaces. And then you open up into the living area of the floor, which is a half bath and kitchen dining area. And then you can go downstairs where there'll be a family room with a laundry and storage room. And that also has access to the yard that would be on the Beachview side, where you could put a patio or maybe a place to play, some grassy area.
From the basement?
From the basement.
Well, the basement is at the Beachview level because
It's at
of
grade.
Because of the, yeah, it's at grade because of the way Drumlin's
hill,
the slope road. So actually, when you get to the entry to the driveway, it's up almost over a story. So it'll be right at grade at Beachview. So it would be more like a front yard.
Yeah, he's pipe dreaming, this guy. Okay, go ahead, continue. He's pipe dreaming. This is not gonna happen. Because now, all right,
So
go ahead, continue.
let us get through the presentation, please, first.
Go ahead.
Upstairs, there's 2, on the second floor, there's 2 bedrooms with a bathroom and an office. 1 bedroom's in the front, 1 bedroom's at the rear. Go upstairs again and you have a bedroom suite with a ensuite bathroom and 2 front decks that come off the front of the house. Again, there's no decks going on the back of the house.
So that's 3 levels already.
Yep, so this is from the front. You can see the grade where that family room comes out with that sliding door, and then up the stairs from Beachview would be the main living floor, and then the second floor and the third. And then the rear, you see the 2 garages with the second floor where the back bedroom is, and then where the ensuite bathroom is.
That's the front of the house, and that's the back of the house.
That's correct.
Okay, so
this is 43 feet.
Okay.
And then that's the side of the house. If you can see the sloping grade, you can see, you can understand more how the front would come out. And the rear is up a level. Same, and it'll look the same on both sides.
Okay, so you're building this house right to the curb, right to the wall, that the existing wall that's there now.
It's off 5 feet from the existing wall. On the sides, or are you speaking about the front?
I'm talking about the side.
The side is
side
off,
on Drumlin Road.
5 feet off.
Okay. All right, now let's get back to the driveway. Okay, now if 96 is parked, okay, in the existing driveway, how does 100 and 102 get into their driveway, into their garages?
There is room for 2 cars to park next to each other directly behind the Beachview structure.
So wait a minute. I think I'm lost here.
You're
96, okay, where are they parking their cars? Behind the building?
Behind the structure, yes.
Oh, so there's no more backyard then?
There isn't a backyard now, it's all paved.
It's all paved, but that's their backyard. So now I'm gonna have 2 cars there and I'm gonna have 2 cars on 102.
Nope, you won't see any of the cars at 102. They'll all be inside.
All right, but they'll go inside. But if they don't want to go inside, they can leave their car outside.
They cannot, they have to go inside because 96 Beachview would have to be able to access their driveway. And since they share it, it will be written like that.
Okay, so I have 4 cars coming into this driveway. So I'm inhaling 4 cars now, not just 2.
No, just two, because the four parking spaces for these units are inside.
Yeah, but they're still driving through. So the driveway is being changed, Derek. The driveway for 96 was behind the lot.
And it's staying that way.
No, it's not. You're putting the cars behind the 96 house.
That's where they were.
Right, that's where they parked before.
No, they weren't.
They were pulled up.
The driveway was here. This is the fireplace right here. There's a fireplace right here. And this is where Mr. Crystal used to lay on this pavement. Okay. This is where his yard is. Okay. And this is where the
driveway goes way back.
No, the driveway only goes up to here. Up to here.
Was it zoned as a driveway, but just not used as such?
Yes.
No, the driveway only went, if you go there now, okay, you can see where they took the carport down. The driveway only went up to the wall of before you come to 96.
Derek, can you zoom in a little bit?
Who, me?
Oh. Yeah, Lorraine, basically they're going to be parking beyond where the carport was. The carport is where we parked the cars. So they took it down, so the cars are going to go back further behind the house.
Yeah.
Back here.
Yep. You see the plus button?
Yes. So Jay, by them telling us that they haven't changed anything, they changed the parking facility.
Well, technically, everything that's gray is already paved.
Already paved.
It's all existing.
But listen.
Because they chose to park their car back there, but they could very easily have driven their car behind the structure. We are not changing anything about the driveway.
No, listen. I have a backyard on my home, okay, and it's all paved. My backyard is all paved. I got an in-ground pool back there. It's all paved. Does that mean that you could come in and park your car in it's not a yard?
Would you have access to it from the street?
Yeah.
Well, then the person that might buy your house after you leave could actually use that as a driveway.
Parking.
No.
But I don't want to get into all that. What we're proposing.
Well, I do, because you're
parking spaces inside. That's what we're talking about, Lorraine.
You're parking those two cars under my nose on 96, behind 96. That wasn't intended for parking space. That was intended for barbecues, parties, a yard. Okay, that's what it was.
And no one's saying that it can't continue to be used that way, but the proposed parking for 96 is here, and the proposed parking for 100-102 is inside the facility.
So in my backyard, when I'm sitting in my backyard, I'm looking at two garages and two cars parked behind 96. That's really nice. What do I live in, a parking lot?
This is the proposed rear.
Yeah, that's the rear. That's facing my house, Derek.
The garage is for 100.
We have hands raised from Claire and Steve Carney. If you don't mind, Lorraine, if Claire and Steve could speak for a moment, they raised their hand.
Hey, how you doing? Hello.
Hey, nice to hear you.
So I'm in a butter. I live right next door, and I went to the first meeting about this, and the issue about the parking was that since you're trying to have two separate units in 96, and then you said it was going to be tandem parking in the back there with two spots each, correct?
I don't think it's in the rear here. You can see my screen.
Yeah, so how many cars can potentially park that?
Steve, those two cars that they're going to park are going to be right in front of your side yard.
Right. I still don't see the footage how two cars can simultaneously park next to each other and then still back out and get out of that driveway.
Thank you. Thank you, Steve.
And I mean, I see it from my yard. It's something I see every day. Mm-hmm. But the person, I think, I don't know, Derek, if you had said it last meeting, that you were saying each unit was going to have 2 deeded spaces, right?
In the new project, yes.
Yeah. No, but for the 96, so it's 2 separate condos or apartments, right?
Yes, there'll be two spaces in the rear. Yeah.
So
there's enough room to park 2 full-size, to have 2 full-size parking spaces behind 96. Obviously, they can't back out of the driveway at the exact same time, but there's enough maneuverability to park them next to each other.
So 96.
Hey, listen, we don't live in
have...
Roxbury. I'm sorry.
Maverick Square.
We live in Orient Heights. We pay high taxes here. We're in a beautiful community. That's not happening.
And we hear you loud and clear, Lorraine. So
yeah, we want.
I would love to see.
There's children that live next door. Okay, Steve has 2 little babies. Okay, if somebody decides to get drunk and drive all the way up, they can drive right into Steve's yard. Do you follow me, Steve?
Oh no, I absolutely do. So I just want to clarify, for each unit at 96, does each unit have 1 space or 2 spaces?
1 space per unit, Steve.
Okay, but they obviously can't leave at this. I get what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question, a follow-up? So first of all, just to echoing Lorraine's point about the driveway, the end of that driveway it's not a driveway. It's where the oven is, and then it's all finished with like a gate, like it has like a walkway with welded staircase and everything else. That's not like, I'm looking out the back window of my house right now and can see it. It's not just a driveway. Secondly, you can see on this image that's in front of me on your computer screen that the end of the driveway is actually much wider than the entrance to that driveway, right? And so I'm also confused about how those cars that are going into the 102 Beachview are actually turning and pulling into that garage with enough clearance to actually do that. It seems like, first of all, it doesn't seem like you should be able to fit more than 1 car for the 96 property. And then secondly, how they're clearing that and making that turn. Unless you're expanding the driveway, which again is what you said you're not doing, I don't understand how that's happening.
Well, the driveway is getting a little bit wider behind Beach, but it's only toward the building. So the building is being pushed a little bit.
Hey, see, Claire?
Well, I'm also
the building's being moved. The driveway as it exists isn't being touched. The building isn't being moved.
We're not saying the building.
I mean, I think just to echo, I have a newborn, so I have to get off in a second, but my husband can stay on. I think just to echo some of the other concerns about this, that, this is a family neighborhood. This isn't a neighborhood where you have multiple triple deckers and people pulling in and out. This is not Southie. I'm the principal of the elementary school across the street as well. And so there's a lot, to Lorraine's point, of foot traffic throughout the day, in the morning, on the way to school, in the afternoon. And it's concerning to me that we're just having conversations about parking that don't actually line up with what we're seeing outside. So if you can map out with, what that's actually going to look like, there's to me no way you'd have 2 cars pulling into that driveway and parking next to each other simultaneously. And the fact that this is going to be right on the street, the disruption to traffic is going to be problematic.
What do you mean the traffic? I mean, if people are coming down Drumlin, they're pulling into the driveway. I don't understand that question or that concern.
I mean, I can tell you that if you're renting a 2-bedroom apartment, and you have multiple floors with 2 bedrooms, I lived in Southie. 3 of us lived in an apartment together, 3 bedrooms, and all 3 of us had vehicles. All 3 of those vehicles will need spots. So if you have a couple living in one room and another person in the other room, and then you have 2 floors, you're going to need a heck of a lot more than 2 spots or 1 spot for each unit, right? So that's going to increase the traffic on the street in front of the house on Beachview, correct?
Yeah, Claire, this is Jay, and Steve. This is exactly what I was talking about before, when the gentleman got upset with me, is that you're talking about one car for each apartment in 96. And you've got up to 5 bedrooms between the whole building. One space per apartment is not enough for that building. So people are going to be parking on the street. And then I say, and the new building, I can guarantee you can have 2 garages, and you can say, well, they have to park in the garage. They can't park in the driveway. Well, they want one of those garages for storage. So now there's only spots for 1 car for that one building. So the other cars are going to park on the street. I'm just talking reality, and that gentleman agreed with me, but 2 cars for an apartment building with 5 bedrooms doesn't make sense.
Jay, this is Lorraine again.
And
there's no reality in this project.
And on 96,
there's no reality, because this is a business proposition. Okay, this is all doing for business. Okay, there's no reality. Okay, now not only are they doing that with the driveways. Okay, now the garage is on the bottom, and now you have a 1st, 2nd, and 3rd floor. How goddamn high is this building gonna be?
Yeah.
Come on, Derek, come on.
So listen, Lorraine, again, we will be seeking a building height variance.
Yeah.
The building height requirement in this area is 35 feet. And we are proposing this building, because it's on the slope, is at 44 feet.
So you're going from 35 and you want
44
another 9?
Is the height of the building.
And you're going to make
because
it
it's on the hill.
Forget about it, Derek.
Yeah.
Tell Derek Brody, okay, to go smoke somewhere else, okay?
But I do want to make another point, on the parking. We are meeting requirements of the parking with regard to the off-street parking that we are providing.
I would say, Derek,
which is true.
Why doesn't he put the garage on the front of the house? Huh? How do you like that one for apples? Put the garage under the house in the front. Don't put it in the back in my face.
No, because that would require us taking parking spaces off the street to do a curb cut. The curb cut here is already existing. We're not taking anything off the street, not taking any street parking away. In fact, we're adding parking by putting 4 cars in here at 100 and 2 off the street at 90.
4 cars. So
that's all I'm saying to you.
So Derek, there's 6 cars going in those 2 properties.
Yes.
Yeah? Well, I don't want a parking lot in my backyard. Thank you. I don't want a parking lot in my backyard. I have a beautiful backyard. I don't need to look at 6 cars, okay? And inhale all those fumes when they're coming in and out. When I'm sitting right in the back eating my dinner. And idling.
Lorraine, I hear you loud and clear, and it's understood.
Yeah, you're hearing me, but you're not agreeing with me, Derek. You're pushing the button here. Okay. It's like you people are shoving shit down our throats, Derek.
Again, we are trying to put take as many cars off the street as we can with you.
Yeah, well, you're not going to put them in my backyard. You're not going to put them in my face. You want to get off the street, all right, to benefit Broden, okay? And you're going to shit on me. No, it's not going to happen.
Okay.
It's not going to happen. And I don't think any of my neighbors, my abutters, okay? I don't think any of them are going to agree with it.
Okay.
Steve has his hand raised.
Sure, let's go, Steve. Take the question.
I do have a couple other concerns too. I brought up the last time as well. I mean, obviously the code violations were denied for a reason, because you don't have the square footage. So that does really make me nervous that, you want to just go beyond what the city is allowing. And the fact that there's only, what, 6 feet between the original structure and then what the new dwelling is going to be?
5 feet, Steve. 5
yeah,
feet.
That doesn't seem...
Seven to be exact.
Okay, that's not very much, but either way.
I know what you're saying, but Lorraine's hollering something that's just not true. So I'm just trying to correct the record.
The other thing I was concerned about that I talked about last time is that staircase that looks like it's going to be added down from 96 on
in the front.
Yeah, so that literally touches my retaining wall that exists already. So
this one here.
No, the other one.
This one.
Nope.
You're talking about this one at 96.
Correct. Yep.
Okay.
So my retaining wall abuts that current staircase that looks like is going to be added. So that makes me nervous too if there's like, demolition and digging, because there's already about a 10-foot high retaining wall there.
Oh, I don't have.
Yeah, you'll be doing the bump with your neighbors.
I can relook at that, no problem. I can relook at that. I'll take a look at that, definitely.
And I just to echo what I had said last time too at the other meeting, this neighborhood's not meant for 4-story, buildings. It's a residential neighborhood with pretty much max 2 families the most, and they're 2 stories, 3 stories the most, not 4.
It is only zoned for 1 and 2 family, and that should be the law.
And that's what we're proposing as a 2-family.
Right, but the height of the structure.
No, and Steve, I know at the last meeting we talked about it, and I know the mayor's office, when Lena Tremelli was there, they were also concerned with regard to the height of this one as well, the height of 100. And that's something that we're going to take a look at.
You're saying a 2-family, but it's 4 levels.
Can I, Lorraine, let me finish answering Steve's question first, please. I hear you loud and clear. But again, Steve, at the last meeting, we did talk about the height. I know the mayor's office had expressed some concern with regard to the height at 44 feet. And, that's something that we said that we'd go back and we're definitely going to take a look at.
What is the current height of the building at 96?
I think that's 35 feet, I want to say.
Yeah.
It's within the zoning. But I believe this one is 43 or 40.
It's 45.
The one at 100.
It's 45. So that means it's 10 feet over what's allowed by zoning. And the thing about the slope, all of East Boston, Orient Heights is built on a slope. So every new construction is going to have to deal with the slope. And I am going to tell you, I am not an abutter to this property, but I am on the design review committee, and I will voice my concern about this BS about the slope and how you have to make up for it in height, because you do not, okay? If it's on a slope, it doesn't matter how you can still build on a slope and adhere to a 35-foot height requirement by the zoning code. You don't have to go to 45 feet to have your luxury building have all of this expansive space above their garage, okay? You don't need that garage level as floor 1. Okay, I'll take it. Fine. Second floor, 3rd and 4th. You do not need that 4th floor, sir. Okay? And I know you're just the attorney. You're doing the dirty work for your developer. Okay? And I will tell you that honestly, but I am sick and tired of hearing this BS about the slope. This neighborhood is called Orient Heights because there is a hill everywhere here.
Yeah,
and every new development deals with the slope, and that's where they love to put their garages.
Can I just echo that?
I am done, okay? And I'm not upset with you. I am upset.
Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Preposterous development ploy that goes on and on and on. Thank you.
Well said, Joanne.
Can I add one more thing?
I respect and I appreciate your comments. You know that.
Could I add one more thing?
You can go ahead, Steve.
I said this last meeting too. I just want to reiterate it. To the height of that, with where you're putting those 2 decks onto the residential street, that also does concern me, having a 4th floor level deck, 2 of them side by side with, you know, looking out onto our street, which again is full of little kids. I just, like I had said before, like if you've got a few people renting that place out, you and I both know what's going to happen up on those 4th level decks at night. So that does concern us.
Yep. Yep. And I remember we talked about that last time too. Yep.
Well said, Steve.
Very good.
And just so that people know, again, from the, you know, the meetings that we had, the 2 butters meetings that we had, and you know, we came out, everything, you know, that comments and criticisms that we are hearing, that I am hearing, and that Devin is hearing, we'll be taking this information back to the developers and the owners of the properties to see if, you know, things may need to be reworked and tweaked, etc. So we are duly noting everything.
Yeah,
Derek, at the last meeting, okay, you says that the new house wasn't going to be higher than the 96. Well,
no.
Now it's 9 feet higher.
No, I never said that. It's always been 44.7 in terms of the proposed new building.
Now it's 44.7.
What is the height
Yeah,
of
it's
the
right
old
here.
building?
Shown right here.
The height of the old building, the height of 96 is 35 feet, right?
96 is 35 feet.
Okay, and now you want to put a house 44.7?
This one, the proposed property, we are proposing the height at 44.
You broke up. We didn't hear you.
I said the proposed height of the building at 102 Beachview is 44.7.
And that's why?
Why is that? Because you're on a slope.
No. The drive. Shh.
The slope is here. You can see the thing, the screenshot.
Yeah.
And so the building, because it sits up, is 44. Proposed is 44.7 high on this side.
And why isn't that parallel to what is existing at the lot now at 96? Why isn't it a parallel consideration? We're still dealing with the same slope.
That's because of the off-street parking that we're putting underneath.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I think you're going to have to come up with some other solution for parking.
The garage, yep. The parking, the interior parking.
Just because you need to accommodate the parking does not mean it allows for another floor of another 9 feet.
That's what I said.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm reiterating.
Yeah.
It just because you need it doesn't mean you're entitled to it.
Right. We're not saying we're entitled to anything. I'm just telling you what the proposal is. That's all.
But you're proposing it though.
Yes, we are proposing
don't care about the impacts to the neighborhood apparently, and they're going to the ZBA pushing for the 44, which the ZBA on its record has been poor about observing the zoning bylaws.
Yeah.
Poor.
We don't care. We don't care. We just don't want what you're proposing.
Understood.
May I add something? This is a residential area. And what you're proposing is not a residential area. You're proposing a garage underneath a building. That's what you're proposing. And we're going to fight it. Simple. We're going to fight it. Because it doesn't go to the codes up here. It just doesn't go to the building codes. And you know it, and I know it. And the slope is just another damn excuse. It's not true. The slope. And it's not going to hold up.
You know, Derek, Derek, I want to hit those.
You, Derek.
And Mr. Miller, I hear you loud and clear. Trust me, you know that.
Derek, that was my husband, Ron Orlando.
Yeah. Okay.
Derek, I want to hit the lottery Okay?
Lorraine, I do too, please.
Yeah, I want to hit the lottery, but it's not going to happen. And the same thing, you could tell Derek Broden and Joe Recupero that it's not going to happen.
As I always say, Lorraine, at every meeting, you know, issues and concerns we bring back to the owners of the property.
He should be.
And everything that was said before,
Derek,
and that's being said tonight.
Why aren't they?
Let me finish.
Yeah, but wait a minute. Why aren't they ever at any of the meetings?
Why are they afraid to be on the call?
Oh, my ears ringing.
Huh? Why are they afraid? Why can't they talk to us on the phone with you? You represent them.
I do represent them.
Why?
Say that again. You broke up. I didn't hear what you said.
Why can't they be on the call with us? Why do they refuse to be?
I don't think they're refusing.
Sometimes
there's schedule conflict in schedules, but we can try to get them to the next meeting.
They're real busy.
We can try to get them to the next meeting.
They're too busy. Come on. If this was me that owned that and I wanted to do that, you bet your ass I'd be out there fighting. Okay? You know I'd be out there fighting.
Lorraine, okay? I know you'd be out there fighting.
Yeah, and I'd be in everybody's face.
Number one, you wouldn't be doing that.
Yes, I'm here, Jay.
You and I had a conversation, well, because this is actually the third meeting we've had.
Yes, it is. And as I said that from the beginning, we had 2 abutters meetings. Yeah. Prior to this, we had a virtual abutters meeting, and then subsequently we had an on-site meeting.
Correct. Yeah, and at that on-site meeting, you said you were going to talk about going to the owner or the builder and talk about a 1-story family home, not this monstrosity.
Yeah, you did say that.
And I did, and I brought that to them, and they're still considering that. They haven't given me a definite answer on it yet.
No, they're considering that, he said.
Yeah, and I did all of the issues and concerns that were raised last time, Jay. I brought to them, and I let them know. And I personally, went and I spoke to them, and they're considering it. But as of right now, because they haven't definitely made a decision to reduce the project or anything, this is still what's before the neighborhood and
what's before the neighborhood council is not acceptable by the residents of the area.
Yep. And I hear you loud and clear.
And can we address? I do. Can we address all the other variances that are looked for here?
Sure. Let me pull up.
This is going on behind Ron, and he's moving. He's moving.
Again, here it is. Erect a 2-family on the vacant lot. And these are the violations.
Right. So you need 50 feet required, insufficient lot width.
We have 40.
You have 40 over.
But because it's a corner lot, between the frontage on Beachview and Drumlin totals 130 because it's a corner lot. But yeah, 40 we have.
Okay, so 40, you want a 10-foot variance there, right?
That's correct.
And then
if Devin's still on, Devin, correct me if I'm wrong on any of this.
Then the insufficient lot width frontage is 50 required.
It's the same thing, 40, yep.
Okay, 40.
Lot frontage, lot width is the same.
All right, and then the stories is 2.5 max. So you want, what are you calling it? 3 stories?
We're proposing 4.
Right. We're proposing 4 stories.
It went from
That's
2.5 to
correct.
4.
All right, 4 stories. And then the maximum, insufficient front yard setback.
Yes, we are doing a modal alignment, which means we're lining up the property with the property next to it at 96. So that's a modal alignment.
What's a modal alignment?
Modal alignment is lining up the property with the others on either side of it.
And what distance
is
that?
because there's no property on the Drumlin Street side, we're lining it up with the property on at 96 that exists now.
All right, and so what is that measurement there? The
front yard is 15 feet.
15 feet, okay. And then the insufficient.
That's the requirement, 15 feet, yep.
And insufficient side yard setback is 12 required and yours is?
We have 5.
Only 5?
And 7.
5 and 7, where's the 7 come in?
On the neighbors.
Right.
So, but on your lot, we're not talking about the neighbor's lot, we're talking about this lot.
It's 5, that's correct.
5, so 5 and-
From the lot line.
Otherwise, 12 is required.
That's correct.
All right, and then the rear yard setback is 40 required and yours is what?
29.5.
Okay. And then can you explain it, or did you explain the special provisions for the corner lot? Front yard setback is 15. Okay, you did explain it. Okay, and the iPod applicability.
Yeah, it's just the East Boston iPod, which means everything over certain square footage has to go through BPDA design review and review, and go to the Board of Appeals, which we're doing.
Okay, and the BPDA has no residential input, right?
On design review, they do, yes.
So abutters can come in and sit in on that meeting?
I don't know BPDA's design review meetings are public. I could try to find out for you though.
What usually happens is once a project is approved by zoning, if it is approved, it goes to ZBA. And once that decision letter has been signed and finalized, it then goes to the BPDA, and then it takes 20 days for any neighbors to have any comments on the design, and then the review begins with those comments in mind.
Real quick question. Jay, you're at 24, right? Oh, Jay's not.
Is he muted?
Never mind, that's okay.
Yeah, I was on mute, sorry. Yeah, I'm here.
No, that's okay. You're at 24, Drumlin?
Yeah.
Yep, okay. I just wanted to know, because I had that in my notes, and I just wanted to make sure it was correct. But yeah, so those are the variances that that the project as it exists now or is being proposed now would need in order to be approved.
Do you have it in your notes that I'm at 43 and 45 Seaview Ave?
Lorraine, I got a book. I got a book of notes.
All right, so
I have your emails. I have everything, Lorraine.
I abut as Steve Connie abuts.
Yes.
So will you, on behalf of the abutters, it sounds like they don't like the project obviously at all,
right.
But if you can't build this project within the zoning variance or without asking for zoning variances, what will your builders and project developers say?
Well, let me just rewind that a little bit. I would say 99.9% of projects, new development projects in the city of Boston, whether they're in East Boston or Alston, Brighton, would require some type of variance or conditional use permit. Simply because the zoning code, as you all know, is from a long time ago. There have been amendments to the zoning code. Can I finish?
Yeah,
there have been amendments to the zoning code to try to update it, you know, as development and things have changed, as society changed. But even if we were to try to put a one family there, I'm sure that we would need some type of variance and have to go to the Board of Appeals. That's my point. Any type of development or new construction in the city of Boston generally needs some type of zoning relief.
But we're
I just want to make sure that people are clear about that first and foremost. You know, and then as I said before, as I always do, I'm going to bring these issues and concerns back to see if we can get an answer with regard to amending the proposal and go from there. We'll be back. This is a long way from being done or over or before we even go into the board. As I said before, people can contact me directly. I know a lot of people have my email and my phone number. Contact me directly, you know, for constant updates. If you want me to email you, like I've been emailing with Lorraine, I don't have a problem doing that either. You know, just to keep people updated. Jay, I know you're at 24 and some other folks. That's not a problem either. So.
All right, but it would be more helpful if we resumed this meeting before the design review committee so that everybody knows what the last proposal is before you waltz down to the ZBA and attempt to get all these variances.
Right.
These are extremely unacceptable to the neighborhood.
Right.
If they were to do a one family looking for any kind of variances, it wouldn't have the same impact that this 2-story 44.7 height would have. So I requested this.
And you know, this is something that I know, I don't know if Jay, you were in the conversation before at the last meeting that we had on site. I asked folks, and I remember asking Lorraine as well, would people be amenable to a 1? I mean, some people said yes, some people said no, because some people just don't want to see anything built there, which, you know, that it's okay, and that's their opinion. But, you know, I talked about maybe, you know, going back to the owner to see if he's willing to do a 1 family. I mean, it's something that, you know, on the table.
Yeah, but Derek,
people are amenable to that. No?
But Derek, you know that he's doing this for business reasons, okay?
Of course.
Is this the same owner that owns 96?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is.
Of course. Derek, if I could just pipe in here, just a recommendation for you to take back to your client, the developer.
Definitely.
I
put that here with my note.
As a member of the design review committee, you can tell that we are passionate about our neighborhood, and we understand that we can see when these excessive developments come up that there are reasons we don't agree with them. It's not just as you say, people just don't agree. That's not true. And that actually, if you said that at the Orion Heights Neighborhood Council, you would insult everybody. No, so I would suggest to take that out of your vocabulary. And I'm being honest.
I don't think I said that.
I'm being honest with you.
Yes, and I want you to be.
You may have not said that, but I perceived it. So don't get upset with what I say. I'm offering this to you as constructive
criticism,
commentary, if you will. It's not criticism, it's commentary. So anyway, further, when you go back to your developers and say, these people in East Boston they're hot. They will not agree to 45 feet. They will not agree to this, that, and the other thing. There has to be compromise here. That is how things you will develop a relationship with the community, with the neighborhood, etc. So I am offering that to you for you to take back to your client. And I think we do, like Gail said, we need to reconvene as the design review committee and see what happens, because it is a waste of everybody's time to go back and forth and have, you know, this deck come down and put over there and this and that. You know, it's just a waste of time. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, the maximum is 35 feet. Don't go above it. Don't ever talk about that damn slope again. And you know, it doesn't have to be as excessive as it is. It really doesn't. The developer is still going to make a damn good profit. Correct?
Derek, I agree with you, Joanne. Joanne, 100%.
Joanne, I hear you loud and clear. The only thing I want to say is, I don't know, the first comment that you said I made, I don't think I made that comment. And if I did, it was probably, you know, misconstrued, because I come to this group all the time, as you know, and I would never say anything like that to offend anybody. Or
Derek, do you see how they've been handling this lot since they bought it?
Yes.
Have you been up at the site since the last meeting?
I've driven by, yes.
Okay. Do you
As
see
I told you, my mother-in-law lives on
I know your mother. I know Marie. I know her.
Yep.
Okay.
That's my mother-in-law.
Yep. Now go and take a walk into that driveway. I have to look at that mess in that driveway every single day. How long has he owned this house? Well, they're still running.
Last meeting, I know Jay and John brought up a couple of issues. They haven't done any
work in that house since they got the stop work notice. Okay, they didn't even clean up. Okay, we sat in our yard looking at that dumpster. Okay, it took them forever to get rid of the dumpster. Now, at least go sweep the driveway. It's a disaster.
I'm going to drive by there tomorrow, Lorraine.
And Derek, Joe Recupero is in the dumpster business. He owns Capital Waste. So if anybody, he should have an immaculate backyard. Okay?
I hear you loud and clear.
And not burden the abutters for us to look at that disastrous mess in that yard.
And animals running in and out.
The last time, I think Jay and John brought up a couple of issues with regard to the site. I called and they had the stuff cleaned up. So I'm going to take a ride by there tomorrow, and I'll call these guys if there's stuff in the yard, or I think last time some of the siding was coming off or something.
Yeah, they went up there and they put some paper up there. I mean, come on.
I'll check it out, and I'll make sure that they clean it up. Not a problem.
Derek, don't yes us to death. Don't stick the pacifiers in our mouths. We're not babies.
Lorraine, last time there were issues, they were cleaned up. And I think Jay, and I know John's not on, but they will attest to that. So I will get them to clean up the site. Without a doubt.
I'm not 100% sure. I would say, Derek, I'm not 100% sure, but there might be something loose on the house too. I've been outside planting the last few days, and it sounds like there's something banging. I don't know if it's that house, but it could be.
I'll have them check it out.
It might be animals trying to get out.
Yeah, they were flying in.
Are you available on July 1st, Derek?
Say that again?
Are you available on July 1st? Because that's our next design review committee meeting, and I can put this on the agenda. We can get an update.
Yeah, why don't you put us on tentatively? And like I said, I will have conversations with the owners and see what we could come back with. And then you and I can be in contact.
Yeah, and we would like the owners to be involved in the meetings.
I'll see if that's possible. A lot of time
wasted going back and forth.
Okay, because you have to give us an answer. You cannot give us an answer for your clients. You have to go back and forth and tell us, oh, I have to get back to the client. Well, if the client's present at the meeting, he could answer us right on site.
Lorraine, understood.
Okay.
Message received.
Is everyone okay with moving 96 to the next OHNC meeting for a vote?
Yep.
Yes,
I would agree, as long as there are significant changes, definitely.
Well, as of now, I'm okay with it, but Steve next door has a concern about the entranceway abutting his wall.
Yes, and I think Devin mentioned that she would take a look at moving that.
Yeah, I think that should be looked into.
Devin, are you still on?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. So did you hear that last piece?
Yep, I can take a look at it.
Okay.
So our next OHS
I don't like
meeting is
the, and
the
I don't like the
21st.
2 cars behind the house. At 96.
And tandem parking.
And tandem parking. I don't like that. Because that's in my backyard.
I will make it clear on the site plan where we're planning on putting the parking so that you can see it better.
Okay.
Well,
Basically, he's taking a residential building and making a business out of it. And that's the bottom line. And that's what we're up against up here. And we're against
staying residential.
That's what he's doing. Bottom line is, come on. We're not dumb people up here. It's a residential area. And he's taking that building and he's making it into a business proposition. That's the bottom
true.
line.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's got to do something about it, or he's not going to end up doing it.
It's staying residential.
Like Gail says, we're going back and forth. It's going to end. You're going to get them at the meeting. We're going to sit down, let them talk to us too.
All I'm asking is, you say it's a residential neighborhood. What's being proposed are residential units.
That's not a residential unit, what he's proposing. He's proposing.
What is it? What is it?
Making that into a business.
What would you call it?
It's a business proposition.
Are these going to be resident? Are they going to be rentals or condos?
They're going to be condominiums. Home ownership.
All right. Condominiums.
People are going to own them.
How many ask?
Unless they can't sell them, then they'll become residences. I mean, rentals.
Rentals, yeah.
Yeah, they'll buy the property and use it for rental properties.
They're residential units.
He's buying the property. He's making it into a business proposition. He's not using it as he's taking a family home and making it into a business. Like,
Yeah.
That's the bottom line.
That's what I've been saying all along.
Your father's old now.
All right.
It's been a 2-family house. It's going to remain a 2-family home. I don't understand what.
Yeah, but you're introducing 2 more, so you know that's a
different issue.
That's an investment. That's a development project.
Yeah, right. The proposal at 100 is for also 2 residential units. I mean,
right. Well, you're just maximizing the investment. You know, the height and the widths and you know all of the variances that you're needing. You're just maximizing the development project.
Well, poor Derek, because he's not actually doing anything.
That's okay, Jay. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
You're just the whipping post.
He's a golfer.
Don't feel sorry for him. He's getting paid.
I've worked for the city for over 25 years. I get it all. Trust me.
You're being well compensated, Derek.
I get it.
Okay.
Get it.
All right.
A little
not
bit.
to belabor this. Can we maybe close the meeting unless anyone has any other issues?
Sure. So I can be in touch with you, Derek, about getting 96 up for a vote, and then we'll take another look at this new
100.
building.
Yep, without a doubt.
Awesome.
I want to go invest in the whole property. I'm going to walk around.
Thank you all for joining.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you for having us.
I want to thank
Thanks,
everybody. Tony, thanks for hosting. To you and the Orient Heights Neighborhood Council Zoning Committee and Design Review Committee. And I want to thank everybody for coming out, expressing your concerns and issues, and showing your passion for the neighborhood. I appreciate it.
Thursday, first Thursday of every month.
And I'm here to work with them. So
that's fine.
Awesome.
Just one quick question. Are all the people on this meeting tonight, are they going to be here July 1st, or are they going to be away with the holiday weekend?
No, that's a good point. That's a good point, Gail.
That's why I brought it up.
So can't we have it? Oh, it's the first Thursday.
Yeah, it's always the first Thursday, so unfortunately it just falls near the 4th.
Gonna be here. They'll probably all be here.
We can certainly go to August.
August, we actually, in the bylaws, we don't have a meeting in August.
So then it'll go to September.
That's the vacation month.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we can hopefully, as an alternative, set a different date. The following week, maybe the following Thursday, as a proposal. Because I would hate to shortchange people being present.
We want everybody present.
Yeah, I think maybe on the next one, maybe we'll have to take attendance and maybe people can send you their emails or something so that if we have this thing in the future, we can email them and let them know what's going on. Because, you know, I mean, I saw their names, but I don't have any of their contact information to reach out about July 1st. I mean, you know, similar things happened this week with the Butters meetings, and all of East Boston. Why schedule a Butters meeting for the first week of June, directly following Memorial Day holiday after people have been cooped up for a damn year? And obviously they want to get away. But anyway, that's a side topic. Sorry to go off point. But, you know, I think that's a valid point about July 1st. But, you know I'm going to be here. Hey, Derek, you'll see me.
Tony, just let me know when I can be in contact.
Yeah. All right.
This is too important for me not to be at this meeting. Derek.
I understand. I don't set the meeting for Organized Neighborhood Council.
Okay.
Right. I have to talk with Tony about that.
Are you okay with July 1st, Lorraine?
Yes, I am. I will make sure that I am.
Okay. And I'll see if we can get some contact info for Steve and Claire.
Yeah.
Just so that they're informed.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I have Claire's email.
And Jay, and what about the couple?
Yeah, Jay.
Yeah, I got this through a Facebook post from Gail.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's how I found out.
No, you found out through me.
Oh, well, yeah, you're right, Rosie.
That's right.
I didn't know that's what Gail was sending me.
I was going door to door.
All righty. Well,
okay, tell Derek, tell them to go clean up that mess.
I will.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, all.
All right, thanks. Have a good night.
See you soon.
Derek, thanks for listening to us. Thank you.
Bye.